Oh, hello, all. Welcome to Heart Check. I'm so happy to be here today from a bit of a different location, right? I am in my childhood family home in Western North Carolina, and I'm here visiting some friends for the weekend. So it's just really interesting to be here and to be coming to you from a place that I chose to leave about 9 years ago. Not just my childhood family home, but I chose to leave the South and more specifically the rural South. And I have lots of feelings about that. I have lots of reasons why I made that decision, of course. And well, I'm gonna talk more about it, and I would love it if we could just take a deep breath. Maybe put your hand right here where your heart is. How is your heart today? Being back in the South makes my heart feel at times very full and at other times very heavy. It's a difficult place for me to be. There is a lot of rhetoric about the South being a place of hospitality, and that's not always my experience. I often find the South to be quite unwelcoming. But I come home every now and then to see my family, see friends that I grew up with. And while it is a very complicated place, it was where I grew up. It is not my chosen home. I have chosen a home and building a life in New York City. But this is where I did a good 30 years of growing up. And there's a lot to say for that. And I think a lot about people in the Bible who had to escape or had to leave or chose to leave. We see stories like that in Exodus. We see stories like that in Acts. We see stories like that in the Gospels, of course. People choosing to leave or making the very necessary decision to leave a place, hoping that there's something else somewhere. And that's very much part of my story. There's no loss of love for a homeland, but there's little desire to go back to something that wasn't working and stay there. So I love my visits home to my childhood home. And I love going back to my chosen home. Both places have deep meaning for me. And as I see in the text, in the scriptures, this idea of having chosen home childhood home. All those things are holy. I want to say here that if your home, your current home, your childhood home is not a holy place, I hope you find that. I want all homes to be loving and liberating. My prayer for you today is that you find a liberating home. Thank you for joining me today for Heart Check. I'll be back next week. In the meantime, you can watch some of the videos on my channel, and I hope through those and through this that you find a path to liberation. Have a wonderful rest of the week. And in the meantime, I'll see you on the internet.